Welcome back to Ride and Glide. Today we're going to be testing out scooters on how they can handle this hill. The winner is going to be crowned king of the mountain, or slightly small hill, but it's a 200-meter climb. Some scooters we've had in the past haven't been able to make it. We're going to time from top to bottom. Toby's here alongside me, as you can see. He got a double distinction in aeronautical engineering, so we needed him here to put his mathematical and physical knowledge to the test, to make sure that everything is as it should be.
I've done some measurements and I have concluded that this hill is f***ing steep. So it's perfect for this test.
It's a rocket ship! I wanted to give you an idea of how steep this hill actually is just from walking up it first.
I've run up this hill and that was hard.
You might remember Toby from previous videos, such as how to pick your perfect scooter, where he actually did run up this hill and almost died.
Yes.
So although it may not look steep on camera, it is pretty, as Toby would say, f***ing steep.
Yes. No jokes, I nearly collapsed my lung.
So this is the gradual incline. This is where the scooters will be picking up speed. We've got some single motors, we've got some dual motors, we've got some super powerful dual motors as well. So it's going to be quite hard to hold on to them. I don't know if you've noticed, but you can see the weather's pretty crisp. The pond is completely frozen over. It's -4 at the moment, degrees Celsius, which is about 25 Fahrenheit. It's really cold. So there's a load of ice on this hill as well, which is going to make things a little bit more tricky. Incline's starting to get a bit hard now.
We're both middle-aged men, Pascal, and getting slightly out of breath, which is another indication of the steepness of this hill.
Yeah, that's right.
This is probably at its steepest.
This is the steepest section here. This is where the lesser scooters will die. This is where they come to die.
the graveyard.
If they stop, and we won't get to the end, but we'll show you that on camera. But the point is, we're not really comparing scooters. We're trying to show you what you might find useful when picking a scooter if you do live in a hilly area and need them to make those steep climbs. I can barely talk now because I'm padding so much.
It's leveling out, it's okay. We're nearly there.
But you might want to think, do you want a rear motor? Do you want a front motor? If you're going for a single motor option, you might want to go for a dual motor. What's the battery power going to be? So how much, although it might make up the hill, how much of your battery is that going to use? So it might absolutely kill your battery of certain types of scooters. Things like that, you want to look out for what sort of tyres you've got. All of our scooters today have got road tyres on, or hard ground tyres. So they're slicks. If you put off-road tyres on, they are going to give you more grip up hills, but aren't going to be as comfortable on the flats. So we'll talk a bit about that as we're riding the scooters. You can see now, I'm completely knackered. This is the 200-meter mark right here. So this is where they'll be going to. Just to carry on Toby's theme, it's not just cold, it's f***ing cold. Look, the ground is totally frozen. So it's going to be a bit sketchy going up this hill. This is the finish line. The edge of this farm gate, classic finish line here, to exactly, well, it's actually 197 meters.
Post to post.
We need Toby again for his expertise. He's done a lot of training and that sort of thing. It took him many years, but he's going to be timekeeper for us on this hill challenge, and he's brought equipment with him to carry out that task.
Now, for a test as important as this, it's imperative that we use the pinnacle of chronological measurement, which will be my old school Casio W83 wristwatch. It has a stopwatch function, which will come in handy for this challenge. So yeah, if my fingers will work in these conditions, then that'll be what we'll be using to measure the time.
Right, we're at the bottom of the hill, first scooter. This is a 500 watt E-twow GT Sport 2022. They're known for packing a punch, these little scooters, to a front wheel drive, but it's 500 watt, like I said, 700 watt nominal. So this fits in that sort of road legal, when they change the laws, that road legal category, or the scooters you can ride around England on the rental schemes at the moment fits in this. This is a sort of European legislation scooter. Really good, folds up really easily, totally compact, but is not the fastest scooter in the world. But for a very small scooter, it's quite nippy. I'm hoping it makes it up. I'm not sure it will. We haven't had many 500 watts make it up here, but Toby, count us in, please.
Videographer, are you ready? Pascal, are you ready? You will go on my first whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Little extra kick there. Well, currently 22, 23 kilometers an hour. We're getting up to sort of 14 miles an hour. It won't get further than that. This is fully charged. Every scooter was fully charged. We've got solid wheels on this. They're only 8-inch and there's a lot of bumps on this hill. It's struggling. It's struggling. Come on, baby. Come on, stay up the lumps. This is the steepest section. It's still moving. It's still moving. Come on, if we can get through this section, we'll be all right. I cannot believe it's still moving, to be honest. This scooter is tiny. It only weighs 13 kg. Oh my God. I think that's the steepest bit done. It's still steep here. I mean, the time's gonna be horrendous. But I can't believe, I'm 85 kilos, okay? So a lighter weight rider, I think, you know, we're going 10 kilometers now. We're picking up speed. We're coming for the finish line. I'll stick my head out. That goes quicker and... Right, Tobes, give us the good news.
You might have been better off with a calendar for that one, eh? The official time, sponsored by Casio, was 1 minute
What?
and 8 seconds.
1 minute and 8 seconds. That sounds like quite a long time to get 200 metres. I cannot believe that little scooter just got up that hill. I honestly can't. I probably weigh close to 90 kilos with all the gear on. So I actually think that's quite a good time.
It made it, yeah.
It made it. We got to 23 kilometers an hour. That was down the bottom, top speed. Mainly it was going at about 5 kilometers an hour most of the time, but it made it. It kept pulling. So that 500 watt motor has got some power. Let's move on to the next. Okay, we're sticking with the 500 watt motor scooters, but we've moved on to the Inmotion S1. 500 watt again. They claim 800 watts of peak power out of this, so maybe it's going to go a bit faster than the E-twow we just used. It's also got a bigger battery, so it might be able to draw a bit more power depending on what controller we got in there. We've got solid tyres again on this. Well, actually, that's a lie. Sorry, can we cut there? Yeah. So we've got 10-inch tyres in here rather than the 8. That might help as well, but the scooter is a lot heavier. Obviously, I've said I'm 85, probably 87, 88 kilos with all this gear on. So let's see how it goes. Casio primed! 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, it's a slow starter, but it does pick up speed. Right, let's keep an eye. "24 kilometers an hour. Oh, slowing. It's still pulling a little bit faster than the E-twow did, although we're on the steep bit now. It feels like it is. Woo. No, it's dying a bit. It's really struggling, really struggling. It doesn't sound good. As I said though, this is a steep hill. It's going, it's still going. I think that's the steepest bit over. Can you hear that motor? It's really trying to pull me. Front motor again, so it's pulling me up rather than pushing me. Come on, baby. We're about 7 kilometers an hour now. Come on. I don't know if this is going to beat the time. I don't know if this is going to beat the time. Come on, that's it, accelerate. And we're through. Inmotion S1, I got to about 24 kilometers an hour on that, so it's a tiny bit faster than E-twow. It was struggling big time in the middle. I don't know if we're going to have done it or not.
The independent adjudicators have compiled their results, and it was slower.
Go on, tell me.
1 minute and 9 seconds and 4/10 seconds.
I did feel it is that middle section, the really steep section. It feels faster when you're actually just going on the sort of flatter sections, but couldn't handle it. So the little baby E-twow is currently the champion. On to the next. Right, it's the third scooter. My fingers are so cold already. Like I said, it's -4 or 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Toby's got the really warm gloves on because he said it's more important for the timekeeper to be warm than it is for the rider. But you know, whatever. This is the Apollo City 2022, not the Pro with the dual motors, the single motor. Now, when we reviewed this scooter, I did not make it up the hill. I'm now older and wiser, so I reckon I can eke it out. But I might have put a couple pounds on since then, as it's been a very cold, hard winter. So, let's see what it can do. 1, 2, 3, allez! Oh, that's a nice pull away. So we're obviously riding all these scooters in their top modes, their fastest modes. 24 kilometers an hour so far. It's crawling, it's crawling. Battery of 13 amp hours, 500 watt motor. It's dead. Hands warm enough.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
DNF, mate. DNF.
DNF did not finish. Didn't finish. Didn't finish in the review when we did it last time. Didn't finish this time. I actually really like this scooter, but I like the dual motored version of this scooter. The single motor scooter's probably a bit heavy for it. Unless you're on a nice flat ground where you can just cruise around, it's not great for hilly areas. So yeah, we don't have the time. That's disappointing. Now I've got to walk all the way. Well, actually, we're on a flat now, so I'm gonna wheel spin away. Oh. Okay, we're back down the bottom and now onto the last of the 500 watt motored scooters. This one is rear motored rather than front, so the last few have been pulling. This is going to be pushing. This is the beautiful Element Bondi. This is like a gentleman or a lady scooter, you can imagine, going down the promenades or wherever on this. So I'm not sure it's going to be a super duper hill climber, but let's put it to the test. I do hope so, because it's a favourite of mine, but let's see how we get on.
Let's go, are you ready? Okay. Go.
Right, what are we up to speed-wise? It's a twist grip, this one, so it's a bit different. 14, so it's about 24 kilometers an hour again. Ooh. Right, now the heel's kicking in. This separates the wheat from the chaff. Oh, there's the lights there. Must have come off earlier. So we're about 10 kilometers. This is the steepest part. Still going. It feels better than well, obviously better than the last one. I think it's the best so far. It's definitely the best so far. This is a record breaker. Look at her go. Oh yes. Now we're pulling back to 10 kilometers an hour. Gearing up for the finish. I feel like a gent on here. And we're done. Bondi, wanted it to do well, it did do well. It's interesting, isn't it, how 500 watt scooters, all the same power, but they've got different controllers, different torque, different batteries make a difference.
They're not all created equally.
They aren't.
This is a little sneak preview as well, I believe.
Yeah, this is a new scooter coming out, but it's a lovely looking scooter. And I'm glad it made the hill because it just shows that 500 watt scooters can do it. And I know that was quicker than the E-twow. I reckon are we under a minute?
Sub 1 minute.
Whee, first sub 1 minute on a single motor.
55 seconds.
Okay, go on. What was
53.
it? 53 seconds for the Element Bondi. This obviously got bigger tyres, might help. But apart from that, the weight's all the same, battery's a similar size, and the motor's the same. So they're obviously just getting a bit more torque out of this scooter than some of the other guys. So
on to the next one.
On to the first of the dual motors. Oh, no. I lie. Single motor, 1000 watt coming next.
Oh.
Let's see how she does. Weather update, it's actually got colder, not warmer. The sun's out about 20 meters that way, all over the fields, yet this bit happens to be in complete darkness and shade, and there's ice everywhere, and I don't know why we're doing it today. So I hope you're all grateful. Anyway, this is the single motor Apollo Explore. They're not actually going to be making this model anymore, but I wanted to show you what a single motor 1000 watt scooter could do compared to the 500 watt versions. So this is the last of the single motors, but it's 1000 watts. Ready? Let's go.
It's really cold now. 3, 2, 1, go.
Right, so I'm expecting this to go faster than the last one. Let's try and keep on the smooth sections. Give ourselves a chance. We're 25 kilometers an hour. No, that was as high as it went, so it's only gone as fast, top speed, as the last ones. What I'm hoping I'm going to be able to show you here is when you have two 500 watt motors, it's going to be a lot quicker than having the 1000 watt pushing you up. So with a 500 at the front and a 500 at the back, which is the one we're going to do next. This is still getting there, don't get me wrong, and it is very cold, so some of the performance is possibly going to suffer a little bit, but we're still getting up the hill. We're not flying up the hill. I did actually think it might go a bit quicker than this, but we're almost there. And we're through.
Across the line.
Okay, so we've just done the 1000 watt rear motor. hopefully it's beaten the last one, which was 53 seconds of the single watt 500 watt, single motor 500 watt. Toby?
It hasn't, no. That was 55 seconds.
That didn't beat the 500 watt element?
No, maybe it's those big old wheels.
It might be the wheels. That's interesting. It actually felt quick going up, well, quicker going up. I thought it was going to beat it, but that's really interesting. So we've got a 1,000 watt rear motor on here. So that's going to get us a higher top speed on the flat, but it doesn't always equate to torque, does it? Look, there's no wheel spin. So we're now again here with the City Pro 22. We've done the City, didn't make it up. We've got the dual motors now. Now, the last scooter we did was a single motor 1,000 watt scooter, 52 volt. That did it actually in slightly less time than the Element Bondi, but about 55 seconds. This is the same watts, but it's 500 on each motor. So instead of just having it on one, we've spread it over two, front and rear. I think this is going to do a lot better because it's pushing and pulling at the same time. Let's give it a go.
On your marks, get set, go!
Oh, little tiny wheel spin there, so it's faster already. Haven't had a wheel spin yet. Right, let's check what we're looking at. So we've hit 26 kilometers an hour, so that is the fastest we've hit so far up the hill. We're not having a big run up. See, there's not a load of flat to get the speed up here. We're starting on a slight incline. So still going pretty well. Not hammering it up the hill, but it doesn't feel slow. It's not feeling sluggish or anything like that at the moment. Here we go, let's keep going. Back up to 10 mile an hour, and we are finished. Right, so that was the first of the dual motored scooters, but 1,000 watt like the Apollo Explorer we used before, but spread across two motors. I think that was quicker, it felt quicker. We got to 25 kilometers an hour, 50 mile an hour, but it kept its speed better. So, break the news.
It's hard for me to see because I'm shivering and it's all over the shop. But your feelings are correct, Pascal.
They usually are.
That was, trust your feels. That was 46 seconds.
Wow, we smashed it. So 46 seconds for the Apollo City Pro dual motor. I thought it was, there's a bit of wheel spin there and it did keep its speed better. Now we're going to move on to another dual motor, but it's going to be the Apollo Ghost, which has 800 to 1,000 watt motors. So that should smash the record again.
Can it knock it off?
Next is the Apollo Ghost, 1,000 watt motor at each end, 52 volt scooter again. This should smash the Apollo City Pro. That's more of that urban rider. We're getting into the more, maybe slightly off-road, handles a bit more rugged terrain, so it might need a bit more power. Type of scooter. These are going to be able to handle these hills pretty easily, I hope, and it should smash the time of the last one. So, 10-inch wheels we're still on, by the way. We haven't moved up to the 11s yet, so.
Oh, it's really cold now. Really cold. Yeah, go.
Oh, definitely faster already. We are up to over 30 kilometers an hour. What's that? 38 kilometers an hour that started at. It's eating the hill up. So we got to the point where the videographer can't keep up, so we're having to film different angles as well, and we're coming in, and we're done. Right, timekeeper Toby. I know that was miles faster, so give me the good news.
It was quicker than a rat up a drain pipe. That was 28 seconds.
We're in the 20s, 28 seconds.
Rapido.
200 meters climb in 28 seconds. Right, on to the next in the 1,200 watt motors. Now we're down with the Apollo Phantom, 1,200 watt motors on this. This is the 52 volt version V2, well, it's actually the V1, same power as the V2. There's a V3 upgrade coming soon for the 52 volts, so look out for that. That's going to be really fast. But this is the 52 volt version, but 1,200 watt motors. So it should definitely beat the last scooter we did, which was the Ghost, which is 1,000 watt motors each. You're getting into the kind of 2,000 pound category as well now with these sort of scooters. So higher quality, but higher power. So we started off down below at the sort of 500, 700 pound mark. Now we've worked all our way up, and as you can see, power increases, battery increases, speed increases, generally price increases as well.
I really need to speak to my agent. Yeah, whatever, go.
Oh, I'm gonna catch up with the camera and go past it. Yeah, it feels fast already. Come on, we've got to beat that 28. Feels quick. Feels quick. Coming up, nice and fast. It does feel like we could have made it. I think we've made it. Oh, I'm so cold. That felt quite quick. It didn't feel crazy quick, like much faster than the other one though, but I think it was like 28 seconds the last one, wasn't it? I think it might have just beaten it.
Building tension. 27 seconds.
Oh, it did beat it. Right, but that's not as much as I thought it might be. Obviously the hill's making a difference. It's a similar voltage scooter, just a bit more watts in the motors. Top speed's a lot different to the last one, but again, as we know, that doesn't always transfer into hill climbing ability, as we found out. But still the champion, Apollo Phantom V1.
King of the hill.
King of the hill. Right, off we go. Woo! To the next. Right, we've moved on from the Apollos, and we thought we'd do a Dualtron. So we've got the Dualtron Victor here, or the Dualtron Victor. I don't know why you keep saying Victor in English, it's Victor. The Dualtron Victor, Victor. It sort of needs to be said like that. This has got 1200 watt motors. It's kicking off over 4000 peak power is what they're saying. So in theory, this should beat the last Phantom. We've done it 60 volt as well. So we've got higher voltage, 30 amp hour battery, bigger battery. Controllers are going to be slightly bigger in here. So I think this one's going to take the lead. Let's put it to the test. Look, I've got the lights on. Obviously it's a Dualtron, you've got to have the lights on. 3, 2, 1, go. Woo! Oh, nice spin away. One wheel's trying to keep up with me, but I'm long gone, sucker. That's what it feels like. Oh my gosh, this is so much faster. We're going 28 miles an hour uphill at the moment. Oh, videographer on a one wheel had no chance, and we're through. Right, whatever you think about Dualtrons, they are fast. Rugged power, they're great on hard ground. I know that smashed the previous time of 27 seconds. I was doing nearly 50 kilometers up that hill at one point. It just felt like it was easy for the scooter. So I'm just gonna guess 23.
Close, 24 seconds.
24 seconds,
24
okay.
seconds.
That's getting quite quick for 200 meters. Now, we're gonna move on to the Achilleus. That's an 11-inch wheeled scooter, but similar power to this. I think the controllers are slightly bigger, but the motors are similar, and the voltage is the same at 60 volts. So I think it's gonna be quite a good test, but we will see. Off we go. Okay, as I said, we've got the 11-inch wheeled Dualtron Achilleus. Don't know why it's called Achilleus, Achilles, I don't know. That's the name they've chosen. Lights are on again, it's a Dualtron, it's fast. We've got the, I think they're 1300 watt motors. We've got 35 amp hour battery, 60 volt. It's gonna be similar to the Victor, because the Victor was a bit lighter, but there does feel like there's a bit more power. The controllers could be a bit bigger. So this should climb the hill really well. Let's see how it goes. 3, 2, 1. Good start. We need to be fast now because the times are getting so tight. I'm hitting this. 20 cents, the same as the Victor. Same speed as the Victor, but it's getting faster. Oh, flying! Right, Dualtron Achilleus, that definitely felt faster. I was doing 27 miles an hour, about 45 kilometers an hour, all the way up that hill the whole time. It didn't drop. So can't play, put me out of my misery.
Well, it would appear that the Achilles heel of this scooter is not hill climbing, because it was 22.5 seconds.
Good segue. 22.5 seconds. There we go. That's getting really quick. So we're getting almost to the 10-second 100 meter, almost as fast as Usain Bolt.
You want a 10-second car, bruv.
That's right. Yeah.
as Vin
Right.
Diesel would say.
I've got one more. I can't even go slowly on this scooter. I've got one more 10-inch scooter, 60 volt, that we're going to drop down to. One of my faves, the Vsett 10 Plus, and that is fast. So I think that could maybe beat this one. Right, we're on the final 60 volt scooter of the day. This is the Vsett 10 Plus, one of my favorites. It's so comfortable, it's so fast, the acceleration is brilliant on it, the little wheels bite quickly. I don't know if it's going to beat the Achilles. The Achilles felt so powerful when we were going up that hill, but I do have a secret weapon. If you come over here, I have the sport button, which I'm going to press now, which gives us extra power for a couple of minutes. Off we go! Oh, little kit, oh yes, and away we go. Right, how are we doing speed? Oh, I felt like I got a boost then or something. I'm going 30 miles an hour uphill. We're looking into the 50 kilometers. Oh yes, It's so fast. Right, Vsett 10 Plus. I know it didn't let me know. It's one of my favourite 60 volt scooters.
This is a ride and glide favourite, I'd say. This is one of my favourite.
Yeah, probably one of the most popular scooters out there. It has so many features for it. It's still in that kind of £2,000 bracket. That felt really fast with that boost on. It just felt like it was giving me more. That's definitely beat the 22 seconds, definitely. I don't know if it's beat the 20.
It has! Some 20 seconds.
Some 20 seconds.
19 seconds that was.
19 seconds, now we're into Usain Bolt territory, aren't we? That is super, super rapid uphill. I mean, thinking about it, if that's only 200 metres, Usain Bolt
He's insanely fast.
is mental, isn't he?
Yeah. Crazy.
He wants to get a scooter, mate. So now we move on to the first of our 72 volt scooters in the Dualtron Thunder 2. I should turn the lights on. This is a Dualtron. Can't ride Dualtron without lights on. I'd like to make a slight confession. I'm actually quite scared of this scooter. I mean that. Can you hear how fast it is? If I die doing this, I went out happy, okay? Just know that, Mum.
Racers, start your engines. 3, 2, 1, go!
It's a rocket ship! I'm actually holding on for my life! Flipping it! Holy moly! Well, I'm still alive, thank God, Mum. That's really scary, and I'm going to be totally honest. I nearly went in a hole, so I let off a little bit on that. I don't even want to do it again. It was so fast. I was going 40 mile an hour at one point up there. So I think we're going to be close to 16, 17 seconds, something like that. And I think it probably could have hit under another second maybe off that if I hadn't been such a pussy. So break the news to me, Toes.
Dualtron Thunder Lightning, very, very frightening you! It was 17.3!
17.3, there we go, thanks Freddie. 17.3, that's fast.
We've only got one left.
And just to carry on the theme of the video, it's fast and scary.
Beep.
What a scooter! Watch this! Watch this pull away. Oh, I just turned it off. Watch this. Still spinning!
What a hooligan.
Final scooter of the day. My favourite scooter of all time. I still think probably the best scooter that's ever been made, mass production scooter, the Nami Burn-e. This is the 35 amp hour version, 72 volt. As you guys know, you see from the last scooter, I'm not usually the guy that does the speed runs because I value my life. That last one scared me so much, but I'm willing to put it all on the line again for the Nami because I love it so much. And for you guys, just to see who can be crowned king of the mountain / small hill.
Shout out to Murray Walker. And it's go, go, go!
Holy shit! Oh my God! Oh my God! Woo! Oh. That was rubbish. Can we just do that once more? Oh!
Hooligan.
I love it, but I hate it. It's so scary. Even on that, I was going to go in a bump and I was going to hit some gravel. So I just eased off a bit. There was more in that, but definitely faster than the last one. It's even scarier.
Well, I think you left this one for last for a reason, didn't you?
I thought it was going to win. We've never drag raced it with the Thunder 2. We've done a top speed run and it just about beat it, but I still think it won. I think it won.
It did, it did. It was 15.7 seconds, so faster than the Thunder 2.
Whoa. King of the hill. 15.7 seconds on that. You know,
and
you think
whooshed out.
I did whoosh out. It's so fast and so scary, but I just want everyone to kind of understand the difference between what a 500 watt scooter is like and what, say, something like this, which is two 1500 watt motors, kicking off more than 6,000 watts of peak power, there is a huge difference. You've got the middle of the range ones, haven't you? Where you've got like the Apollo Ghosts, the Phantoms, those ones, the 2,000 pound categories that are sort of really good on the hills. You've got these which just eat them up. You're accelerating up the hills on these. And then you've got the lower powered ones, the more sort of ones that will be sort of road legal, that type of thing. So if you do live in a hilly area, really think about what type of scooter you're going to be buying. Like I said, you can get off-road tyres for these as well. That will make it better. But dual motor seems to me, from experience, is always better than single when you're climbing hills. If you're doing off-road climbing or off hard ground climbing, then those those tyres will make a big difference as well. Check the torque, because a lot of companies now will give their torque, you know, in Newton meters to show how much torque a scooter has. That's really important when you're climbing as well. Anything left to say, Toby?
No, I think a test like this can really sort of highlight the difference in the performance of the scooters, that even though they might have the same sort of specifications on paper, look very similar.
Very true.
On, you know, on a web screen page or on paper, they can perform very differently in the wild. In the wild,
and especially for hill climb. You know, it doesn't necessarily equate to a top speed the way something climbs a hill, but if you are looking for that type of scooter that climbs, there are a lot of things to look out for. And as you can see, we've gone through quite a variety here in the video. Hopefully it helps. If you've got any questions, write them down below, or alternatively contact us, email us, phone us, send us a live chat. Like and subscribe if you can. We're always putting out new content.
And comment.
And comment. And comment.
And comment.
If you've got any ideas for videos yourselves, put them down there as well, and we'll try and get around to those as well.
Let's go and have a cup of tea.